What's good, everybody, and welcome back to the Rooftop Grow Lab. As the title of the video suggests, I'll be giving you tips on how to grow cannabis in a relatively hot and windy condition. And when I mention hot and windy condition, I'm speaking of 32-degree days that feels like 40, right? And winds of up to 10 knots, depending on the days. Sometimes it's even worse. Sometimes even my setup blows down and I have to put it back up. Alright, so first thing first, before you even think about growing in hot conditions, you need to pay attention. So first, before you start growing, you need to pay attention to the temperature day over there, right? Because a lot of persons tell you about how important sunlight is, but nobody tells you how important shade is as well. So you're not shading the plants from the light, right? Because the plants definitely need the light. But the heat is where the challenge comes in. The heat is where your plant struggles. For example, root struggles, leaf burn, heat stress. And how you can limit that. First thing first, if you're gonna grow outdoors in the hot sun, I recommend a shade cloth. So a lot of persons in Jamaica would say that, hey, I grow outdoor in the sun and it works well for me. So as somebody that originally a country boy, a Portlander, I get rain consistently, day over day. If rain doesn't fall today, it will fall tomorrow or the next day. So growing in Portland, in a sense, you don't even have to water your plants. The rain will do it for you. But in St. Catherine, I can tell you, the temperature is way more extreme and the heat is way more hotter. The sun seems to be way more hotter. I don't know why, but I will contribute that to pollution. For example, where I'm currently at is very populated. You have a lot of factories, cars and stuff like that. So you know that the place is polluted. So more than likely the place will be much hotter than before. Alright, so first you need shade cloth. So a 30% shade cloth can take care. It's a 30% black shade cloth. You could get green or brown, works even better. So I can tell you for a fact, where I'm standing outside, the sun just came up, but it's currently hot to the skin. And if I should go beneath this, it will be a much cooler environment. As you can see, the plants are definitely loving it. See, the plants are loving the shade, and even to the skin, I can feel it feels really cool. And I would say the plants love the cool atmosphere. So by midday, it gets a bit warmer, but it's still not extreme to the point of burning the plants. And how you can tell throughout the day tips. So it's down now, being that the sun is just rising, but during the days the leaves are like this. And that's a sign of heat stress. So you definitely need a shade cloth. I'll recommend that. You can do without. If you're growing in the ground, you can definitely do without a shade cloth. But if you're growing on a roof set up like myself, or in somewhere relatively hot, I'll definitely recommend a shade cloth or a greenhouse if you're able to facilitate that. Fabric pots, very important as well. I do have different type of pots because I don't have any more fabric pots. They do work as well, don't get me wrong, but for these to work well, you need this, because the sun will definitely generate extreme heat on these and your plants will suffer. So I recommend fabric pots. Another thing, if you're growing outdoors as well, and especially if you're growing for the first time, I don't recommend autoflower plants. Reason being, these things don't really recover well from stress, and if they're stressed in the initial stage, which is the first stage of planting, I would say the plants don't really recover because they are not growing based off light, they are growing based off time. So whenever that time hits, the plant will flower, the plant will die after a period of time. So avoid autos. I would say use photo. If you're growing photo periods, I recommend, so 12-12 plants will flower early, but if the plants get a good start, meaning that there is no stress, your soil is properly fertilized, have enough nutrients to push them out, you will definitely get a decent sized plant before the plants start flowering, right? So once you avoid stress on the plants, another thing is watering. If you're new to growing, watering can become a challenge. It's often time, because the thing is, growing cannabis is a bit exciting, so you might want to water them, and you may water them a bit too much, being at the time it's hot, you're trying to compensate. So there's a few options that you can do, right? I did not do those because I'm always, well, not always, but majority of the time I am available to water the plants. But if, say for example, you're someone who's not always at home, what you can do is set up what we call a poor man drip system. I'll definitely put a picture here so you know what I'm talking about. So it's basically like sticking a stake in the soil, put in like a bottle, cut the bottle, put it on it, bore a hole in the cart. So that will drain water consistently, the like tips of water consistently, and keeps the soil moist but not soaked. Right, so in that case you don't have to even water the plant. All you need to do is just refill the thing once it's empty. Alright, so those two things. So you need a shade cloth. You can set up a poor man drip system if you're not at home, but watering is key. So if you're watering the plant, you need to check at least 2 inches. Stick your finger at least 2 inches in the soil, and the soil should feel lightly moist but not wet. So it should feel slightly, maybe at the tip of it at that, just cool enough but not wet. It should not be bone dry as well. It should not be dry, dusty, sandy. That's not good for the plants. That will stress the plants as well. So you definitely need a shade cloth. You need fabric pots. Ensure that your soil has enough nutrients. Check on your watering. As I mentioned before, you can set up a poor man drip system if you're not really familiar or consistent watering, or you don't know how to do it. I would say the poor man drip system do a great job, excellent job at that. No risk of overwatering, and the soil stays moist and not soaked. It's a good idea to set up like a compost bin, so you don't have to spend much. You can add lights, don't get me wrong, if you're in a location and can afford it. Based on gas prices at the moment, you can definitely add artificial lights. Just that if you're in Jamaica, you can expect a big bill from JPS. But you can definitely add lights if you wish. That would give the plants an extra boost, extra veg. But you know that the longer you veg your plants, the more time it takes. You'll need to spend more time, a longer period of time growing the plants. So pick your poison, your choice. And yeah, so once you do that, set the plants up, you'll be good to go from there. Set up the poor man drip system, or if you have an automatic watering system, then I would say the growing process become automated, where the only thing that you'll do is just to come and check for pests and stuff like that. There's nothing else that will be required to do. Just need to come, check, ensure the plants are doing well, fix anything that needs fixing, and you're good to go. So that's basically how I guess you grow cannabis in hot and windy condition. I would say, alright, firstly, the wind. Did not mention about the wind. Wind is not much of a danger to the plants in a sense. Say for example you're huge and heavy, you know you need to tie them down because the wind will definitely break the branches and stuff like that. But the wind helps the plant to be stronger. So more wind, the stronger the wind is, the stronger the stems become, because the wind will have the plant like this, and that strengthen the stem and stuff like that. Alright, so yeah, and this is my plants after I think today is about 41 days. They're doing really lovely. So if you enjoy this video and would like me to mention anything else or talk about anything else, is there any tips that you want to know, you can definitely leave it in the comment section. Also you can join the Telegram group using the link in the channel, in the comment section or video description. And yeah, let's chat. Take care guys, stay safe.